Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is what I'm talking about. NFL playoffs at Lambeau Field with a snowstorm camped out over the upper Midwest. Let's go. It's time for some great football in Green Bay. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll have Cam Newton calling the shots, the big man under center at 6'5", nearly 250 pounds.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And here now the offense for Carolina.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week and has momentum on its side.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen at the 47. Newton now to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
At the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And this one complete.
This thing has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go make the tackle right away. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And he throwing again. Rodgers. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll be throwing as Rodgers on 3rd down. And he will several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out
60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing.
Start quarter number 2. To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton, as they are looking at a situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. from the 16. Newton, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other. Run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. 10. Rodgers now on first down. He gets this to Devontae like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage, eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball.
You're right, they've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating.
Rodgers to throw once more.
I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. A lot of defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead is on.
Particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get the...
Without it being too exotic, meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's Newton. And caught left side also. Here's another 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. Looking for his tighter. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. To the air again, Newton. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor.
And going to halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking deep for Adams. Now Rodgers to throw again.
Batted away.
This time they stay on the ground. Pushes him over. And trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Dean Lowry, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 Divisional Round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys squaring off against the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. On 2nd and inches. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. Last and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jamal Williams taking it in. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going. Drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for this.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road in just one big play.
Being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play?
How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get down.
On first down, Rodgers flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Oh, this is working from the gun. Rodgers. And this is caught. It's now a first down carry by Jones. Again, it's Jones. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he will
drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side.
Get a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Jones. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds his tight end. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams.
Quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Runner and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Give you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious.
35. To throw again. Newton. Staring at a 3rd and 10. Newton now to throw. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get Rodgers throwing here. Gets this to his restful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats. They didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but...
Now Rodgers throwing again. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.